You remind me of, like Jack Parr and who's the one I'm thinking of?
That's some compliment.
Alan. What was his
Steve
name?
Allen.
Steve Allen. Did you like him?
Steve Allen was my original mentor when
in real life. No,
in real life, yeah.
You knew him?
Oh, very well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Wow, yeah, you really embodied
Yes,
him.
I mean, for people who don't remember, I don't remember. He was the host of The Tonight Show.
He was the original.
Yes.
It's like there was an audience here.
Yeah,
There's
right.
no one. Why do you don't let anyone
that's
be in the room?
Genius of this.
But I'm
It's
acting like
just
there is. There's
us.
no one here.
It's just us.
It's frightening almost.
That's good. But he was the
Yes,
original.
the number one.
When
the original to The Tonight Show. He was the original Johnny Carson.
In the 50s. I wasn't born when it started.
Right. That's what I was at.
Right. He passed the torch to this guy, Jack Parr. Passed it to Johnny in the early 60s, and he lasted 30 years, and then Jay Leno, and that's the history of The Tonight Show. But Steve Allen, this is the 80s. So he had long passed when he was host of The Tonight Show. He did have other talk shows, but he never achieved the kind of success with the talk show outside of those first few years when he invented it, that Johnny did, that Leno did. He was kind of, by the...
What did he do?
He did everything, He was a jack of all trades, which was part of his problem. He was a songwriter, and he was a poet, and he wrote 1 million books, and he did Vegas and stand-up, and
so cool.
But it was
kind of political. So you really are like him.
and not political,
but you're not political, but you have political views.
Well, I'm very political.
Yeah. Oh, you are. Okay.
Have you ever seen my show?
Am I allowed to ask who you voted for? Who did you vote for?
Oh God, you know nothing about me.
I don't.
Oh, that's so
because
interesting.
I'm not political because I'm dumb politically.
Because you're passed out on the sidewalk is why you're not political. That's why.
So there is someone here.
Which is like
one of those
my worst
columns.
That is my worst demographic, by the way. But
that guy who laughed.
But that's hysterical. Yeah. No, the show is very.
He just crapped on you. Whoever laughed.
The show is very political.
But your other show, this one's not.
Right. This one's not, exactly. No. This is why I did this one, so it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, so you can listen up.
If it goes there, it goes there.
Yeah. I'm not political, so I was trying to, I'm asking you to teach me.
I will.
What's going on.
I will.
So Trump,
Okay, here's how I think of Trump. Yeah. He is a corrupt...
And don't forget I had that thing with his daughter on Jimmy Kimmel.
What do you mean a thing?
I touched her thigh like that, her bare thigh on Jimmy Kimmel. And it was a big controversy.
Ivanka?
Yeah, Ivanka.
What year was this?
It was before he was president. Otherwise, he would have kicked me out of the country. He would have.
And you were sitting next to her on the couch?
Yeah, because I was the first guest, and she came on, and I wanted to stay.
Right, but you're supposed to stay.
Yeah,
I think you moved down the couch.
Yeah, I moved down the couch. Yeah, and I was right next to her calf.
But
I just
did something prompt you touching her?
They were shimmering.
Oh, they were just there.
No, but she had this makeup that had glitter. And I'm like, why are your legs calling to me? And they were shimmering,
right.
And
I thought maybe it came up in conversation or it was a joke, but you're saying no, just like an animal.
They were shimmering,
just like an animal,
like a raccoon to a shiny object.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, as long as we got that straight.
Oh yes.
Just that.
And then the.
Okay, you can't do that, Andy. You can't.
Tell me all the things I can't do.
You can't do that. You can't.
What else, Dad?
Okay.
If you had me when you were 10. I didn't know you were 10 years older than me.
Did you have
I thought we were the same age, the exact same.
Did you have a rough upbringing?
No.
Can we blame it on that?
Yes, actually. It was rough in that my dad was in the military. I think you know this. He was a lieutenant commander on a submarine in the Navy. And so we moved almost every year. Every year.
That is tough.
Yeah, that makes it tough. But it makes me I have to be on. If I'm going to be friends with anyone, I had to, and they'd all come to me. So I was a constant, I didn't want an audience. I always was the person that, who's this little faggot?
Right.
And then I had to be like, hey guys, I'm the new guy.
Right.
And it was
that's interesting.
Horrific. Every time I'd be plopped into a new school, I was petrified.
And it was all over the country?
All over, and Yugoslavia. Because I lived in Yugoslavia when I was 12.
What part of Yugoslavia?
Zagreb, outside of Zagreb.
Oh, that's Croatia.
Now it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, remember, they've been through a bunch since then. Since I was 12, it was Yugoslavia when I was 12.
Yeah.
1976. 76 and 77.
Were they nice? I think they were with the Nazis in the war. if I don't, if
No,
I'm-
there was a
if I'm not mistaken, not
No,
holding,
it was-
not
it-
holding
no,
a grudge
no,
forever,
Tito-
Croatia. But I mean,
Tito was the...
Tito was Yugoslavia.
But that's where I was.
Yes, I understand.
In Yugoslavia, it was Yugoslavia at the time, and Tito was the president, not the dictator. He was the president. And then it all got bunched up. And before I was there, it was Serbia, Croatia,
Yes.
Herzegovina. I learned about it when I was there.
Yugoslavia was
I was there 1 year.
was
whole
a
year.
quilt of 6 different countries. There was where Melania's from, Slovenia. Luka Doncic, also from Slovenia. And there was
Well, that's interesting. And I'm touching. Was I touching Melania's daughter's leg?
No, Melania is not Ivanka's mother.
Oh, okay. Well, they have the same
Okay.
kind of name.
Let's start at the beginning. The president is this guy, Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
He was a game show host. And
No,
then-
he wasn't.
Well, I mean, The Apprentice.
Oh, that's right. Now you're really crappy. It was a game show.
Yeah. But, that's where America is. And, I mean, we have a complicated relationship, both myself and the country.
Do you think you would ever run for president?
Of course not.
Because you would be afraid to lose?
First
or
of all,
because you don't want it, you don't want to be the president?
I don't want to be. I'm too old to be.
You're not too old.
70? Okay.
Is that too old?
Okay. I
And
know.
why do you look so young, given that you drink and smoke so much pot? Want to hear one of my limericks? Because it has to do with
yes,
that.
Yes, I do.
Let's do one.
Oh, yes. You've spent all this time on that? See?
Oh, here's something a note about me that my teeth aren't in the middle of fixing them, so that's why I'm not smiling a lot. I'm going like this because my teeth literally, if I smile, it looks like the before picture in the dental implant commercial. You know those commercials before and after? Before dental implants, they look like this. I'm not going to show them.
Yeah.
And then after, they look all nice and white.
See, this is why we have to get you working to fill your hours with doing something constructive.
I'm just talking. You know what I need to construct are my fucking teeth. I need dental implants. Okay, but here's the thing.
Get something going.
He was and quickly. Okay, once was a man named Bill Maher. Quickly became quite the star. He was politically pointed, and he drank and jointed, and had to trade in his car for a bar. That one's okay. Okay.
It was off to a great start.
Yeah, Bill Maher was a politics schmooze who loved his pot and booze. When asked by Dick if he could have a slick, he said, 1 lump or 2. Bill Maher knew the anti-Dick dance and asked him on his show by chance while Bill drank and smoked. Andy just joked and surprisingly never took it out of his pants. That one doesn't. That's just, it's a joke on me, really.
Oh,
But that was kind of
Andy.
clever, right?
It is.
Oh,
and we
Andy,
have to,
Andy.
you can't give in to the haters and the people who just always want to find something, and people who frankly just don't have a sense of humor. Yeah. And most people do.
They do.